Hey, what's up, everyone? It's True.
And I'm Belle Ray.
And this is the Osborne Love.
Your number one spot for real talk.
With real people about real life.
Today on the Osborne Love, we want to invite you on a journey into learning how two teenagers found love through music, friendship, and self-discovery.
So we journey back to Harlem, where it all began, to speak to living legend Vi Higginson. We talked about the Mama Foundation for the Arts program and the origin of our love story. Check it out.
Oh. 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 Oh.
So, how did you two first meet?
Why are you looking at me here?
You answer the questions.
It was 2006 in Harlem World.
Hey, Harlem World, stand up.
Alright. Brooklyn, we already know that's the best. But
we didn't meet in Brooklyn.
okay, but you made it about Brooklyn and Harlem when you said Harlem World stand up, so
What Brooklyn got to do with?
but I don't know, I got sensitive.
With me saying Harlem World.
Because I just got sensitive.
It must be a Brooklyn thing.
Exactly. But no, we met in Harlem at the Mama Foundation of the Arts. Why are you laughing? That's so.
Because this is how we met. We met in a choir, and she thought that she was a fly Brooklyn girl who had it all put together.
Anyway, I'm gonna get to the real story. The story is a beautiful Brooklyn girl met a young man from Harlem. We both were part of a choir.
She was locked in a tower.
In the Mama Foundation.
18, 20, and 22.
Oh my gosh. I was actually 15. True was 13.
What makes you think you were older than me when we met?
No, True was okay.
I was 16 when we met.
True was 16. I was 15. Right. I was 15. Right?
That's what you told
I was either 15.
told me you was 15.
I was 15 or 14, going on 15. But either way, it doesn't matter. Either way, it doesn't matter. But we were both. To answer the question, we were both singers in a choir, performance choir called Gospel Teens, led by the founder of the Mama Foundation, Vi Higginson. She is a phenomenal, just pivotal person inside the industry, and you better learn more about them.
Check it out.
Hi, I'm Vi Higginson. I'm the Executive Director of the Mama Foundation for the Arts. Mama means to nourish, encourage, and fine-tune. Foundation means to educate, experience, and gain access to opportunity. And that's why the Mama Foundation and the School of the Gospel, Jazz, and R&B Arts exist. We always taught our young people the importance of excellence and putting themselves into what they were doing. So energy and talent and vocal ability became one. And what we really wanted to do on that first line would be the first example of what the audience sees. And they stood as an example. The entire choir was full of energy. But you can, when you look at the alto section, for example, you can see the whole section become alive with the front line leading the way. So little did I know that the energy between the tenor section and the alto section was one of romance. I had no idea what was going on behind the scenes. All I knew what was going on with them vocally. And you know what? That's all I wanted to know. You know, drop the bags outside the door, come in here and learn, and then go home. That was the whole idea. So imagine the surprise for me later on when the Osborne showed up saying, I'm getting married. What? Who knew? And I love the idea of being able to come full circle. To be able to see them now with the vision of them then. 14 and 16 years old, and now, by some magical way, because of the Gospel for Teens program, coming to Harlem, making that commitment, showing up, getting that toolkit to take with them, and now they're college graduates, married with a baby? Whoa! Look at God.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
Oh gosh. I have a great answer for that because I answered this on Instagram, somebody's love blog, and I gave a good answer. So I can answer this one up. But go ahead.
Go ahead and answer.
Okay. So I honestly I don't know if I believe in love at first sight. But I do believe that when you see someone, you can actually discern. I believe in, spirituality, and I believe that in your spirit you can discern whether this person has a temperament that you could possibly gel with in the future. I think that love in itself can happen in an experience, but love has levels to it. So it's yes and no for me.
Did you fall in love the moment you saw me?
Honestly, it was so crazy. When I first saw True, something inside of me told me that was gonna be my husband. I'm not even gonna lie. You were 13 or whatever age you were.
I was 16.
He was okay.
It wasn't love.
It was God.
She didn't even remember my age.
No, God, don't do that. No, it was. I really believe that I heard that was saying that's gonna be husband. Now, I mean seriously, and I remember True was I think it was the first Saturday that we all kind of came together, and somebody was asked to pray, and he volunteered to pray. I don't know, and he was still the bro. I literally remember wow, this guy's special. No, but
I believe in love at first. I believe in love at first sight. I just don't think that your first sight can maintain all the things that love comes with.
Alright, that's facts. I believe that.
I feel like you could see someone and fall in love with everything that you see. I think you can fall in love with the possibility of what a person could be. But let's be honest, we've known each other for 12 years, and we've been in some level of relationship with each other for 10 of those years. We've been married for 2 of those years. The way that I loved you as a sister,
right?
And when we first met, why would you do that?
I don't want to think about.
I was a great brother.
No, I don't want to think about you as a brother, man. You my boo.
But that's our story. I was a great bro.
But I mean, that's a nice part. But I really know, babe. I don't want to think about you as a bro. You my husband. We do things that brothers and sisters don't do.
I loved you great. I loved you as a brother. Yeah. Whether you love me back or not, the truth is coming out on this show, y'all. It's coming out. I loved you as a boyfriend. I don't know if I was really a good boyfriend. I did try my best. But none of that compared to how much I love you as a husband. Because it's just some stuff as a husband that you put up with that only love will get you through. Fellas, can I get an amen?
All my married folks.
Can I get an amen?
Y'all know that. Marriage is easy.
Nah. So to answer the question, yes, I believe in love at first sight. I just don't always believe that love is the love you can maintain with cycle.
It goes past the infatuation of that moment.
Yeah.
Into love is a choice.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
I think for a long time we've kind of like dumbed down what love is. Like, see, we understand that we believe in radical love, right? It's one of our core principles, right? But there's brotherly love,
Right.
there's intimate love, and then there's godly love, right? So who am I to say that when you see someone, you don't fall into one of those categories of love?
So now that we have the answer that you two gave on do you believe in love at the first sight, how did you two know you were in love with each other?
Ooh, y'all hitting us with the questions.
Dang.
Oh man. Oh, you know what's so funny? At our reception, I didn't even know how my dad remembered this, but it was like one of those real conversations that Daddy had before we got married, and he asked me like, so how do you know that this is the one? Like, you know, how do you know that you're in love? And my daddy said,
This answer gets me.
babe, what he said? Do you remember?
He said he knew that she was in love with me because when he asked her, how do you know you love him? Her response was, because he stimulates my mind.
And my father he said,
Take
Daddy,
it now.
he stimulates my mind. And that was hilarious because I had forgotten that I said that to my dad. And I didn't even think that he would remember that. But honestly, I think that when you think that I literally can't go any deeper, the true love that you have with someone, it goes even deeper. It's like, wow, you're always in a space of learning. You're always in a space of wanting to know more. You're always in a space of wanting to create new things. It's like it never ends, it never dies. And I think that was like our friendship. That was my homeboy. Like before we were even, as True stated, you know, before we was even in a relationship, like I knew how to be a friend to him. Like we knew how to pray together. I could talk to him and he wouldn't like judge me. So I knew that if anything was to ever be rocky and anything crazy go down, we always had our friendship, and that's what I love, and that's how I knew he was the one. I'm trying to think if there was a specific situation. I mean, the specific situation was before we got engaged. I mean, there was a lot of situations, but before we got engaged, for me, we broke up in January, and I literally, it was a breakup, but it was also a great like opening for me as a woman because it taught me a lot about being able to let love go and to just live my life. And I think that was one of the most like mature seasons before I actually got married because I really didn't think we were like done. It was, I mean,
we literally said to
like,
each
this
other,
is a dub. You're not doing it.
either we're gonna work this out forever, or we're not gonna be with each other forever.
Before we even got, that was around like mid-year, but in January when we were done,
we were done.
We were done, and I was like,
Yeah,
I don't want to
there
go
was no
through
coming back.
this anymore. But I literally did grow, but I needed to grow by myself as a woman. And then True, he grew as a man, but he did that like 360. He came back around. He was like starting to like call me and like a lot, like what you doing? Like I'm like now we're not together. Why you checking for me? But he was very consistent.
I was calling you a lot.
You was calling. You was checking, bro.
I was calling you a lot, or I was checking.
Nah, you was checking. I mean, it was the checking where it's like, yo, I mean, you know, if you want to meet up for dinner, like, and I'm like, nah, we can't meet up for dinner like that. I love you, boy. I can't be playing around with you. But I think to answer the question,
I like to eat.
When I took that, oh please.
And I'd rather eat with you than with a stranger.
Oh please. He knew what it was. Please. But after that season of isolation, when he decided that he wanted to actually, you know, make this work and be committed and see what the next step would be, that showed me that he was willing to fight for our relationship. Oh, that's it?
I don't know. You got a lot to say. I'm just listening.
Man. All right, next question. But I want to know, how did you know that I was
Trans.
the one? Go ahead, boo.
I didn't know you were the one at first. And I think for a long time I worked really hard to not make her the one. Because she was someone that challenged every aspect of who I was. Like, there was no matter how good I did something, or no matter how great I thought I was at being a boyfriend or being a dude, you challenged every level of that. And I don't look at challenge as a negative thing. I look at challenge as you really held me accountable to being my best self at every phase of our relationship, even if it came through your dysfunction. Because my love for you was tested by my respect for you. So it's like there are moments where I'm like, yo, I love this girl, but my actions didn't line up with respect for you. And after a while, I'm like, well, I don't really love her if I can't respect the differences that we have. I like she's convenient for me. If I love her without actually respecting the areas of her that challenge the shadow places in me. So I think after a while, it was a very spiritual thing for me in many ways as well, because like I felt like God just made it clear, like this is the woman that I designed.
So, do you two argue? And if so, how do you guys work it out? How do you solve it?
Yes, we argue. That's the truth. Yes, we argue.
Yes, we do.
We're human, and humans argue.
Yeah, we argue.
We try not to argue. Ooh, I almost got myself in trouble.
Let's do it. No, it's a safe space. It's a safe space. What we say. Safe space. Safe space, babe. Go ahead. They want to know the truth.
That's a safe lie.
Babe, they want to know the truth.
If I would have said, babe.
Do we guys what? Do we argue?
Cut.
What? No, don't cut. Okay. The answer is yes, we do argue. I want to say that True is really funny because what are you trying to say?
And tell the people if we argue or not.
Yes, we do. We do argue. You know, let me try. I'm not gonna be petty.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna be petty.
So
no. Stop.
We do argue, but sometimes we can be very petty. And it gets us into, we don't always intend to argue. Sometimes we're actually playing with each other.
Yeah.
But because we have a tendency to be petty, we end up, say that louder, baby.
No, see, he doing too much. I said it under my breath for a reason.
But then that's not real with the people.
I could throw shade a little bit.
You could throw shade a lot of it. And that mixed in with my witty nature.
Witty nature. That's what it's called, witty. They call it witty these days? Okay. Witty? No, go ahead. The mouth that.
See what I mean about the shade?
No, this is the truth. This is the light, actually. Right? No, but go ahead, True. Go ahead. Say what you
yes, we argue.
We do, but
we
I want
don't do it very often because we really focus hard on keeping healthy communication. Like that's really the one thing that we strive to work on in our marriage consistently. I mean, just earlier today, she's like, I feel like you're not listening to me. I don't feel heard. And I'm like, okay. What can I do to make you feel more heard?
That was so sweet, man. That was literally so sweet. I love you.
I love you too.
Why are you looking at the camera?
I love you too, baby.
But it takes me to like, I love to watch Red Table Talk. Shout out to Jada Pinkett Smith. She's amazing. I look up to her just in her vulnerability as
shout
a
out
woman.
to Willow. Shout out to Mama Amy.
Yeah,
love all of y'all.
Yes. And I remember the episode that she recently posted, part 1 and 2 with Will Smith. And she said that they took communication courses and they learned not to argue and not to curse. And that was just something that they set as a standard. And initially when I saw that, I'm like, that's impossible. Like, the way I speak sometimes, and the way I don't know how we would ever not argue or raise our voices at least like when we get upset. But when I really like took it in, I started to feel that it's something that we could really work towards. So we really try to healthily communicate, and if it's not healthy, we have to give each other time and space to say like, you know, actually I need some time to kind of work through this. And sometimes it's those rough moments. Like sometimes you can't get space and you really need to talk, but it helps your muscle get stronger with communication. So yeah, we argue.
And on our marriage episode, we'll be bringing in our marriage counselors.
Yeah,
who
it's important.
we have on speed dial.
It's important.
Because sometimes we end up in unhealthy conversations that we can't find our way out of, alone rather.
Yeah.
So, you know, we have a strong village, a strong network of supportive people that can help navigate our strong personalities. Because we're both very strong people, we can both be very opinionated. And we just do our best to make sure that no matter what, we stay respectful of each other. We do our best to acknowledge and understand each other's differences, and that we do whatever work we can to align ourselves with the similarities that led us towards each other to begin with. And ultimately, the biggest thing is we keep God in the center of our relationship, so that we always have a light to walk towards.
And when He's not, we see how it starts
when He's not, it get ugly.
It get real.
We don't believe in domestic violence.
No, true.
We don't believe in using profanity.
No. Sometimes
that demeans one another. Like I don't never call her no.
Oh no.
She don't never call me no nothing. Because neither one of our parents raised no fools. And also we have a baby, and we don't like to create toxic environments for Titan.
Yes, we learned that it's important because children don't necessarily have interpretation, but they can definitely observe. So yeah, I agree.
More on that later.
Yeah, next question.
Next.
So what do you guys love about each other most?
Oh, babe.
I love you, babe.
Don't sing that song again, babe.
You love the taste.
Okay.
That's Shout out to my Virgo B. What up, Beyonce? We love you.
Oh,
Jay.
that is so, oh my God. That was so funny. No.
My bad.
No,
Nah.
So, what do you love about each other?
You go first.
Rock, paper, scissors. No, I'm kidding. Okay, rock, paper, scissors.
Say shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, say shoot.
Oh, wait, that means okay.
I love that you love the parts of me that I'm still learning to love in myself. I'm serious.
I love that he is a man of faith. I love that he prays. I love that he loves God. Oh, stop! Look for that. I love that he loves, you know, right. Fix myself up. So beautiful, oh, to me, yeah, you are so beautiful to me. Can you see
beautiful to me. Yeah, hey, yeah. Oh, baby, you are so beautiful. Hey, 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 to me. Can't you see oh, you've always been what I've hoped for. You're everything I need. Hey, oh girl, you are so beautiful. I wanna tell you, you are so beautiful. Oh, you